Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video. And today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Sugar Man Wave, Jean Grey, and Weapon X. Here we have both Jean and Weapon X displayed in their respective boxes with their Build-A-Figure pieces. We have the X-Men logo near the bottom and then their names at the very bottom. On the side we do have some artwork there of each of the characters. It's not exactly done in the Age of Apocalypse style, but it's still some very good looking artwork, and that is going to be the same on both sides of their respective boxes. On the back of the Jean Grey box, we just get a product shot of the figure. We don't see that artwork expanded upon, but we do have a quick read-up. Jean Grey can read and project thoughts and stun opponents with pure psionic force. And on the back of the Weapon X box, same thing. We just get a product shot, not an expansion of the artwork, but again, we do have another read-up. Armed with adamantium claws and superhuman healing abilities, Weapon X joins the battle against Apocalypse. Then we do have all the other figures needed in this wave to complete the Sugar Man Build-A-Figure. But enough about that, let's go ahead and get these two open and take a look at Jean Grey and Weapon X. And here is Jean and Logan outside of their packaging, and I know this is way behind on the reviews. You probably already have these figures if you wanted them, but I figured I'm going to do the reviews anyway, but we'll double it up to speed things along. But anyway, this is going to be Weapon X and Jean Grey as they appeared in the Age of Apocalypse storyline, and the main reason I did the two of them together is because they are a love interest in that story. You have Cyclops, who does not really appear on the side of good, so Jean and Logan are able to basically explore their love for each other. Real cool take on an alternate universe setting, and it was actually a really fun read. I did read it when these figures first came out, so if you haven't read Age of Apocalypse, it's definitely worth checking out. Now, Jean does not come with any accessories other than her Build-A-Figure piece, which is the torso to the Sugar Man Build-A-Figure, and we do get one accessory with Weapon X, which is going to be an alternate stub here. I almost said alternate hand, but he has basically a swappable piece here where his hand was cut off, and he has this cap on it, but then you do have this swappable piece where he does have the blades coming out or his claws coming out, and that is going to just pop off kind of easily. There we go. And then you just pop that back on. However, in reading the comic books, the claws don't appear. They do kind of appear as a surprise, but if I remember correctly, they only appear in one panel, so most likely I'm going to have him with just the nub here versus the part with the claws. But in addition to the accessory there, of course, he is going to come with his Build-A-Figure piece, which is one of the legs for Sugar Man. Now, when standing straight up, Jean is coming in at 6 1/8 inches tall, which makes her about 15.6 centimeters. She's just a little bit taller than Weapon X, who when standing straight up is coming in at 5 7/8 inches tall, which makes him 14.9 centimeters. So they are still average height, but Wolverine is still just a little bit shorter. But since we don't have any other accessories to look at, let's go ahead and just jump in here and check out Jean Grey and Weapon X. And getting up close here first with Jean, we can see a pretty good looking head sculpt, good amount of paint applied, and actually looks like it came out pretty good. Taking a look at the placement of the eyes, and it looks like they're right about where they should be. And the lips came out looking good, eyebrows, and then the tattoo on her face. I don't remember the significance of that, or if it's even brought up. It might just be a design choice. It's been a minute since I read that series now, so I don't remember every little detail about it. Her hair does look good. I like the short cut, and then we do get some highlights in there just to kind of help bring out the sculpt work. Looking at the rest of the design, I really like the Age of Apocalypse design on all of these characters, just having to kind of rethink what they look like. You know, with Jean here, we get the shoulder pads, but still have kind of the short top there. But it came out looking real good. A lot of wrinkles sculpted in. And actually, is that like a texture on there? I don't know if that's intentional or not, but you can see that texture on this piece anyway. Almost makes it look like it's a leather outfit. So that's kind of cool looking. I like that. And the line work on the paint, not bad, actually. Looks pretty good. No real complaints there. And where was it? There it is. There is one little issue down there with some paint just kind of missing the mark, and I don't think they did it on both legs. Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, not too shabby, but really cool design, and yeah, I just like how it came out. She is going to have these open gesture hands, which of course are pretty common for the psionic or psychic ability type figures. Not uncommon to see that. So good choice. I'm not really sure what other accessories we would have gotten with her, so I'm okay with the fact that we didn't get anything, because this Build-A-Figure piece is pretty intricate, so I can understand the cost there. Looking at the articulation, so one thing I'll point out beforehand, you do have a really wicked gap there on the back, but because you have that, I mean, she can look up quite a ways there, but again, you're going to have a really bad gap. She can look down really well. There we go. Didn't want to click, but still kind of looks weird. So her head sits really high on the hinge. It doesn't look as bad here, but from the side, yeah, it just doesn't look great. Arms can go up straight 90 degrees there. You do have rotation, and it would be full rotation, but it does hit the shoulder pads, which is a harder material. It's not that soft, so you'd have to go around for the rotation there. She is going to have a single jointed elbow with rotation at the elbow, and then she is going to have a hinge and rotation there at the wrists. She does have a diaphragm joint with a pretty good amount of motion. As you can see there, though, you get a little bit of a gap, so right about there is as far back, and you do get some side to side, and of course you get full rotation as well. Her legs can come apart right about there, kick forward, not bad, backwards not much at all, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, and then a hinge and ankle pivot. And then getting up close here with Weapon X, we can see a very cool looking head sculpt, very reminiscent of just the feral side of Wolverine. Although he does retain his intellect, he's not just a crazy wild beast, but they really kept that Weapon X look with the crazy hair. We get a little strand coming down over his face. The sculpt looks good. I like the teeth clenched. The eyes look like they came out good. Stubble on the face or on the beard looks like it came out really good. So overall, yeah, I really like this design here, where, like I said, it's keeping with that feral looking version of Wolverine. But if you read the comics, he's not, just mindless or just ruthless. Like, he does have some intelligence about him. The hair sculpt, one of the biggest things I like about it is they do have the hair swooshing up there in the back. And the benefit of that, of course, is that we can actually have him looking up. So we don't have the hair sticking down in a way that it prohibits us from moving the head down. So definitely pleased about that. Looking at the rest of the sculpt, we get a standard Wolverine-looking design here. You still have the stripes coming in, and I will warn you, be careful with the articulation. I moved that butterfly joint in and instantly got paint rub on there, so that is a bit of a bummer. I do like we got the hair painted on his arms, so we get again, just kind of that feral look that just helps, it really helps bring out the idea that he is a bit unhinged in this world of Apocalypse. Still has the X on his belt here, which I can't remember if that's comic accurate or not. I mean, I'm sure it is, but yeah, so came out fine. Stripes look good there. Claws, of course, we do still have some of the same stuff that plagues us with every Wolverine claw. They're just going to not necessarily be straight, and these are going to be removable, I think, right? I didn't try. Yeah, they are. I assumed they were not any different than anything else that we've seen. So you can try to heat this up and get them to straighten out if you want to. And then looking down the legs, we don't get any paint there, just some regular sculpted legs. And then, last but not least, his little nub, which is just cast in a silver. Little bit of marbling, but nothing too bad. So, again, I really like the designs of the Age of Apocalypse characters, though. Really unique take on all of them. So, looking at the articulation, so as I mentioned, the head does have really good range. You can do like side to side, and I'm not even actually moving the hinge yet. This is all just the ball joint. When you actually move the hinge, it does, like, he can really look down really far, and he can look up more than I would think you would ever need him to look up. If you wanted him to almost look straight up, he can. You do have arms that can come up right about there. As I mentioned, he does have the butterfly joints, but be careful with them. I had a hard time actually getting it past this point, and when I forced it, that's when that happened. So maybe be cautious with forcing it beyond the stiffness if you feel it. But that's as far back as it goes and as far forward. And we do have a bicep swivel. We have a double jointed elbow, but his bicep is so big that we don't get a whole lot of bend out of that elbow. We do have a hinge, of course, over here with rotation. He does have a decent ab crunch forward and not too far back. Legs are going to come apart that far. Kick forward. Oh, straight out, actually, all the way. Kick back, not much at all. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees. And then he is going to have a hinge and ankle pivot. And that is going to do it for this video, everyone. And I know it might feel like I kind of glossed over some stuff, but I'm not going to lie to you. With me being so late on these particular reviews, this was more of just an overview than it was a review, just to kind of get a closer look at these figures. And I'm going to end up looking at the rest of the wave. So honestly, I'm going to save my final thoughts on all of them for when we assemble these Sugar Man Build-A-Figure, just so I can kind of look at the entire wave as a whole in terms of being the Age of Apocalypse series versus the individual figures from the line. But anyway, as I said, that is it for this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe for more content just like this. And as always, thanks for watching my videos, and have a great day.